All right, today we're jumping into something pretty wild, Bittensor. It's this radical new way of thinking about artificial intelligence, and believe it or not, it's already a multi-billion-dollar economy. The whole idea is to completely flip the script on who builds AI and how they do it. So let's get into it.
So, to really wrap your head around Bittensor, you got to start with this one big question. I mean, think about it. Right now, all the crazy cutting-edge AI, it's being built by just a few massive companies, all behind locked doors. Bittensor basically says, hold on a second. What if we made it a global thing, an open, competitive race where anyone could join in? And that's the core idea we're going to unpack.
And look, this isn't just some pipe dream on a whiteboard. Nope. This is a real, live, functioning economy. Get this. As of early 2024, the market cap for Bittensor shot up to a staggering $4.4 billion. We're talking about a serious ecosystem here, with real value being created by people all over the world as we speak.
Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work? Well, the best way to picture Bittensor is to imagine a huge, bustling digital city. It's like this massive open marketplace for AI, where literally anyone from anywhere in the world can come and set up their own digital shop to build and sell an AI product. And the best part? Everyone's competing on a totally level playing field.
And that brings us to maybe the most important word you'll hear today, subnet. So if Bittensor is the big city, a subnet is like a specialized district within that city, like the financial district or the arts district or a tech hub. Each subnet is its own little mini economy, and it's hyper-focused on doing just one specific AI thing, like generating images or crunching biotech data or building killer trading bots.
And the growth of this digital city, it has been absolutely explosive. I mean, just a little over a year ago, you could count the number of these districts on one hand. But then came this period of crazy innovation back in 2023 that everyone calls subnet summer, and the whole ecosystem just blew up. Fast forward to early 2024, and suddenly you've got over 120 of these subnets, all live, all competing.
All right, so how does a market like this actually work? What are the rules of the road in this new AI economy?
Okay, so inside every single one of these subnets, these little districts, you've basically got two main characters. First, you've got the miners. Think of them as the producers, the builders. They're the ones on the ground, actually running the AI models and creating the stuff, the images, the text, whatever it is. And then you've got the validators. They're like the quality control inspectors. Their whole job is to look at what the miners are making and score it. Is it good? Is it useful? Is it accurate?
And this simple setup is basically the engine that powers the whole system. It's this constant loop, right? Step 1, miners produce. Step 2, validators check their work. And then step 3 is the cool part, a decentralized system called UMA. Just think of it like a totally fair automated referee. It looks at all the scores from the validators and then hands out the rewards. And those rewards come in Bittensor's own currency, a token called TAO. It's simple. The better your work, the more TAO you get. It's pure, honest-to-goodness competition, right out in the open.
But wait, it gets even more interesting than that, because it's not just about doing the work to earn rewards. You can actually invest in the districts or subnets that you think are going to be the next big thing.
So every single subnet has its own special token. They call it an alpha token. And honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a company's stock. If you think a specific subnet, I don't know, maybe one that's all about sports analytics, is going to be a huge deal, you can buy its alpha token. It's your way of betting on it, supporting it, and hopefully sharing in its success down the road.
And how do you do it? It's actually pretty simple. You take your main network tokens, the TAO we just talked about, and you stake them in the subnet you want to support. Staking just means you're kind of locking them up there for a while. It's pretty much the same as investing your cash into a specific company you believe in. Now, this is where the magic really happens. The more TAO people stake in a subnet, the higher its price goes. And a higher price is a huge deal because it means that subnet starts pulling in a bigger and bigger slice of the daily rewards from the entire network. So your investment isn't just a vote of confidence. It directly fuels that subnet's growth. And this quote just nails it perfectly. There's no big corporation, no central committee deciding which AI ideas get the money. Instead, the value of every single subnet is decided by the free market. It's thousands of people voting with their TAO, sending resources to the projects they genuinely think are the most promising. It's decentralization in action. Okay, so now we know the rules of the game. Let's actually take a walk through this digital city and see which businesses are the superstars right now. And wow, this chart is really telling. Check this out. Even though there are more than 120 subnets out there, the competition is absolutely brutal. The top 10, just the top 10, are pulling in a massive 43% of all the rewards on the network. That's a classic power law, you know? The cream really does rise to the top, and they get rewarded big time for it. So let's zoom in on the current champions. This table shows the top 5 subnets based on the share of TAO rewards they're earning every day. This is basically a direct scorecard of how well they're performing and how much the community believes in them. And you can see these names at the top, like Shoots and Ridges, each one grabbing more than 6 or 7% of the entire network's daily payout. That's huge. But hey, daily rewards are just one way to keep score. Here's another one, the actual market cap of their own individual tokens. And would you look at that? Shoots and Ridges, AI show up again with market caps north of $90 million. But the absolute monster in the room is a subnet called RNA. It's focused on biological data, and its market cap is, well, it's getting pretty darn close to $1 billion. Just incredible. So the billion-dollar question is, what are these valuable subnets actually doing? Well, this gives you a little taste of just how diverse this ecosystem is. You've got the stuff we all know, like generating text and images. But then you've got these super specialized fields, like building proprietary trading networks, analyzing complex biological data, and even things like gradient optimization models, which, in simple terms, is all about finding smarter, faster ways to train AIs. So, the growth has been nothing short of phenomenal. But what's next? What does the future look like for this booming digital city? And what kind of growing pains are on the horizon? Well, one of the biggest things everyone is watching is something called the TAO halving. If you follow crypto, this might sound familiar, kind of like with Bitcoin. Basically, the daily rewards given out across the whole network are scheduled to get chopped in half. So sometime in late 2025, the network will go from giving out 7,200 TAO a day to just 3,600. The whole point is to make TAO more scarce, but you can bet it's going to have a massive impact on the economics for every single subnet out there. And of course, just like any city that grows this fast, Bittensor is dealing with some growing pains. I mean, how do you make sure the quality stays high when you have over 100 different marketplaces running at once? The fight for a spot on the network is already getting super intense, although there is talk of expanding it to allow for more. And maybe the biggest challenge of all is attracting those big money enterprise clients. And for that, you need security that is absolutely bulletproof. And all of this really brings us back to the big question, doesn't it? We've seen the tech, we've seen the insane growth, and we've seen this multi-billion-dollar economy that's been built completely outside the walled gardens of big tech. So I'll leave you with this. What do you think? Is this kind of model, this decentralized, totally transparent, and fiercely competitive marketplace, is this the blueprint for the future of AI? The experiment is live, and you can be sure the whole world is watching to see what happens next.